Uh-oh. I broke Minecraft. Uh-oh. No, really, I think I really killed Minecraft. Try this game. Trying this yet again. Hey, that one works. Let's see if I can get the task manager for that one. Edit task. There we go. Everything else should be fully up to snuff. Sweet. Hello, Hollywood. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. New world. How you doing, man? Game mode, creative, difficulty, peaceful, I guess. Allow cheats. On data packs, game rules. Oh. More world options. There we go. Did you go through a screen name change? I'm thinking you might have. Oh yeah. See, I'm remembering. I got you. Welcome to the stream. Super flat. Alright. We have a goal today. Within the next 2 hours. Oh shoot. I messed up. Slash. Game rule. Entity. Mob spawning. False. Okay. Woo. We got it. We got it. We're good. No, actually, I didn't use my account for a very, very long time, and something happened to it, and was completely taken down. So, hello, V15, how you doing? So yeah, it was nothing like forgotten password. It was just completely and totally torn down, so. But welcome. So we have to figure out something today. I'm gonna get a nether portal set up because essentially we're going to need one if we're going to be making a nether hub. Yeah. I mean, what can you do though, you know what I mean? I really love basalt. I'm not sure yet. I want to come up with a couple features of the nether hub before I settle on how I'm going to do it. So a lot of this is going to be interesting. I don't really have a good... Oh, welcome. I don't really have a good idea on how this is going to go yet, so if you guys have any suggestions or ideas, for example, like a particular style of architecture or something that you want to see kind of incorporated into this, keep in mind we have to keep it to cheap and or affordable for the server to get in order to make it work, but we have the freedom to basically make whatever we want. So that's going to be the plan here. I'm actually curious on if I go through the nether, what actually happens. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try this. Is it super flat in the nether? Because that'd be sweet. It is not. Okay. Whatever. I guess we're stuck in the overworld. This Hollywood is from one of my streams when I used to stream ages ago. So I'm glad to see Hollywood coming back around. Oh, break out the Kappas. Someone's sassy today. Okay. All right. So I want to use some of the new blocks with this. I really love the wood blocks, but I don't think it's gonna fit with what we're looking for. Let's come up with something with stone, and then come up with the functionality first, right? So essentially, what we want to do is we're gonna have to block this off in some sort of way first, so that we have an actual hub for our Nether Hub. And this isn't going to be specific at all. I just want to kind of get the bounds of this first, and we'll figure it out from there. So you come out of the Nether and you're just like, okay, or you come into the Nether and maybe like a 5-block area. That way we'll have enough room to put whatever we want in there. Dude, I don't know, man. But the first thing I want to do is come up with a safe way. I mean, if you were ending your stream, man, that'd be why. Oh, well, that's interesting. So what I think I want to do is I want to have some sort of shape that leads with a point at the top, right? So if we have this point at the top, maybe we can like separate these downward a little bit, and that'll give like a really, really nice like arching shape to it, right? That'd be kind of nice. But I want this to be just a tunnel. So what will happen is, if you wanted to, I should probably get items, huh? That would make sense. So if I have an elytra, wait, the elytra's not in armor? Wait, where's the elytra? I don't know where they put the elytra in this. There we go. We're just gonna put this on real quick. And get some rockets, and we're gonna test this out. Slash. There we go. Hey, Grand, what's going on? Okay, so we have this. We have rockets. Okay. That's gonna need to be adjusted. Maybe if you go like inside of it. Yeah, because if you go inside of it, then it's just gonna be like that, and then you could literally just rocket straight to wherever you needed to go, just using the little roof portion. Oh yeah. That works. That's actually super good. Oh, I'm sorry we're gonna lose you real soon, but you know, I'm glad you at least stopped by. So now what I also want to do is I want to leave something open. So what I'm thinking of is, if we keep So if we keep this... Ooh, there we go. If we keep this open... You already can't afford to build this? But what I was thinking of was what we could do is... So this is the flying area, but then if you just let your rocket, like, peter out, you end up over here, and then you'll be able to fly out at the sides. Which I think would be super cool. I think that'd be actually really, really nice to be able to get around the server as quickly as you can. We also have to come up with some way to, like, basically support this little dongle on top. So I'm thinking a few of, but not limited to, like, so you want them few and far in between, but I want to make them, like, really, really, really beefy. And this is actually tall enough where we can have some exits just along the sides where like you can actually get out on the ground level, especially if we build up the supports for this like along the side, which would be kind of interesting. Space engineers. I think that's come up on my feed a couple times on my Steam. I haven't actually looked that much into it, but I have heard of it. So I don't know if that's of any interest. I'm always asking people on my YouTube videos if there are other games that I should look into or play. So if that's a thing, I might have to look into that. I'm not gonna lie, if this actually works as well as I think it's going to, this is going to be so sweet. And we can always beef up the outside too, so so this whole thing doesn't need to be as thin and dangly as it looks. Because we could build up like some support structures. We could make this like spine almost. And that'd be kind of cool. We're also going to need a half slab this entire thing, which is going to be annoying. I could see that being a problem. Game rule. Where is it? I'm so confused. Where is it? Oh, daylight cycle. Duh. That works. Alright, so now we kind of have the basic structure, and we can kind of go more in detail on these. I'm curious because I know glass is actually kind of expensive. So what can we do besides glass that would work out very well? Like, we want there to be some sort of vision, right? Nice. That's super cool. I actually did a playthrough of, it wasn't Space Engineers. It was another thing like that where you can make planes and stuff like that. I can look that up for you if you want, but there's some really good stuff in there. And yes, some people do have a bunch of sand and a bunch of glass, but we don't want to be dependent on that because there are cheaper options. So what we're going to do, and the thing is I think it would be fine if we did like glass panes, but I don't feel like glass panes is going to be too nice, especially if people are flying around, because if you drop down too far, you're going to hit a wall, and that's going to be bad. So we don't want that. Scrap mechanics? I could look it up real quick. It was Trail Makers. Well, no, was it Trail Makers? I can't remember. I think it was Trail Makers. Yeah, I did a playthrough of Trail Makers. That's up on my YouTube right now. But yeah. So if that's interesting to any of you. Alright, so what I want to do, let's actually go with something a little bit different. I feel like birch leaves. What if we actually used leaves in this? I mean, birch, I have a ton of birch saplings. We can get leaves from that, like, all day. I'm actually tempted to take this polished basalt and run it along the ground. I would love to do something with blackstone, but I don't think blackstone's renewable. Or is blackstone renewable? Because if we get the trades up and running, we might be, like, I don't remember what the idea behind blackstone was. Alright, man. Thanks for stopping by, Grand. I do appreciate it. Anybody who shows up to any of my stuff or watches any of my stuff, like, I appreciate it. Like, I really do. There was a collab I did with Tion recently, and it turned into a really, really, really good video. At least I believe it turned into a really good video. But it never actually got a whole lot in terms of viewership, which was kind of sad. I was actually super excited for that. Oh, look at that. That's gonna be super cool. And there are basalt generators, so that's going to be easy enough to do. But I think that's going to look really, really sweet. I get good views when I upload 1 to 2 times a day. I've been trying to stick it to like 1 a day. I take a break every once in a while because I just don't find inspiration all that often, specifically for Minecraft. And a lot of these builds take a whole lot of time, so that just kind of compounds things. And I really don't like the idea of sacrificing the content itself just to continuously make videos. But you know how that goes. I hear ya. Okay, so the problem with this is that it is susceptible to fire. So how are we going to deal with fire? I think with fire, what we can do is... okay, so there's only 2 places that fire is going to be that big of an issue. One is through Soul Sand Valleys, and the other is through actual strongholds. So what we could do for those is perhaps we could build up something a little bit different, just a small variation, and use actually I think Prismarine do gas see through leaves. They do not. They don't see through leaves, but I can imagine people getting out because their bases are in areas. For example, like mine is in the wastes, and gas can spawn in the waste. So if you're running around outside this, they could still shoot it, which would be a problem. I don't know if it's that big of an issue that we'd want to do that, but we could. Yeah, that could be an issue. Add pillars between every 5 or so leaves. That is definitely what I was looking at doing. I'm not sure what kind of pillars though. I'm actually tempted to put acacia in because I think acacia would look really good. So let's try acacia wood and see how that goes. Oh yeah, that would help with spread. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just wanna test this out because I think this would look really cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll use basalt and just see how this looks because I've got a feeling this is gonna look fantastic. It does. I love that look. I mean, it's kind of disappointing that it's. What if we change this up to just normal basalt, and then we put the pillar here? I mean, that looks alright. It's not fantastic, but I wanted to keep it kind of a monochrome-ish. Because as long as we keep it monochrome, then it can basically work in either the blue or the red areas. But I think the leaves will be fine because they're either going to be contrasting with the red, or they're going to be kind of complementing the blue. So I think those will be fine. That makes me sad. I'm actually going to have to look into that because that's going to be super rough. Maybe there's. Oh yeah, there's mushroom blocks. Alright, man, take it easy. Okay, so this is supposed to be the main, so this is going to be the main portal, or at least the pathways. All I've seen are people kind of designing the pathways. The main portal room itself, I think, is going to be kind of open. Open to interpretation, I should say. That is going to be kind of a thing. I definitely have to look for, let's see what we got for half slabs. Because we're going to have to half slab things regardless. Polished blackstone. Kind of like the look of that, in all honesty. Don't get me wrong, like I don't mind the blackstone bricks, but like looks pretty hot. But let's take a second. We're going to remove this because we're going to have to half slab this anyway. No, this is supposed to be the main pathway. These are going to be the main pathways. So so this is going to come and like it's just going to make it so that there's a standardized way to get around the X and Y axis, and then people can make whatever pathways they want off of it. But this is supposed to be just for the just for those main pathways to get to like the far reaches of the world. But I also kind of think that this can be easily incorporated into other people. Like, I want it to be easily incorporated into what other people want to design. Oh, you didn't see this. So if I go to game mode survival, right? What you can do is, so you get up to where this is, and you fly, and it will take you on that path forever. That's part of the reason. That's why I wanted to build that. Is that channel makes it so that you can fly forever, and you're not going to be threatened by anything. And the reason why these are open is because if we go back to where this was, so let's say you're here. And then you can dip down. You can dip down. Of course, this isn't long enough to see that. You can just dip down when the rocket is running out of power, and then you can just turn and then fly straight up the sides. So that's that's kind of the highway transportation. That's like the fast route. But I also want to make it so that this is there's a slow route too. So, where's my creative? There we go. Alright, so we have to figure out a way to half slab everything. Again, we could go with the new... I really want to use the new blocks, but I just find that they're just not quite right for what we're looking at doing. However... I do think that we can get away with... yes, honey does. I don't know if slime does for flying into the side, but I know honey does. But, I mean, if you're flying around enough, with all of this being open, there is going to be kind of a more structural build that will build around the sides to quote unquote hold it up. What I should do is I should use walls. Let's just search for wall, and so put honey on corners. I mean, these are no, well, this kind of goes against what you were saying before, because the way you were talking about it before was your problem with it was that people weren't going to make their own. This literally is just going to go north, south, east, and west to the ends, so people can build their own paths from the cardinal directions. So there aren't going to be corners. Other people are going to make the corners to go to whatever they need to go to. This is just to get into one direction. So people could put honey on the corners, but this isn't going to actually have corners. At least that's the idea. Oh, I'm gonna use bird poop. Y'all are gonna have to deal with bird poop on your... Yeah. Let's see if we can make bird poop look good. Yeah, no, this should just be a single direction. So you can hook up to it however you want. I thought that's why we were all holding off on it, was so that people don't actually build these things without us first coming to at least a consensus about it. You know what I want? I want granite. We're gonna try granite. I have no idea what I'm doing at this point. I just feel like this should be cool looking. And should keep things from spawning. I'd put it on pause until we come up with the general tunnel itself first. Not that you should necessarily just stop, but that perhaps look at it in terms of you know, what the end goal is going to be for the server itself. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay, alright, so there are a couple changes. First of all, I don't think I don't like the look. Maybe cobblestone or andesite? I'm thinking cobble, because I know we have a ton of cobble. And we could just make it a cobblestone generator. But kind of make it look like a spine. I've been meaning to do like a biology-based build, and this could be really cool. Yeah, so that'd be something I'd hold off until we come up with the actual end of the competition. That'd be my that'd be why I would hesitate. We should do the tunnels at like max height. I could see that. I could definitely see the actually, you know what? I wouldn't be opposed to just having it through the middle. Doing the tunnels at max height would be fine, except if you're flying around, because if you want to get out, that means you're going to be having to land, get out, and then fly again. And besides, at max height, you can, I mean, we could do this like above the bedrock layer, like above the nether. That would be an idea. That would actually be a pretty decent idea. But that kind of comes into what no, I hear you. I hear you. Well, to be fair, if there's nothing... If we pick a design that things can't spawn on, even if it's above a farm, it doesn't really matter. Or even if it's by a farm, it doesn't matter, because it's not going to change the spawn rate. Because nothing's going to be able to spawn on it. I'm actually really loving this basalt block. Dude, this looks sick. Oh my god, I'm digging this way too much. Like, I am overjoyed with how this is starting to look. So, the nature of the competition didn't really specify the main portal room itself. That being said, I'd kind of have to talk with people about that because of just the nature of it. Not that I'm particularly opposed to it, because I'm definitely not. Ah, do I go with the side? Nah, let's do the up and down route. So, yeah, I don't have any... It does say Nether Hub, which I do believe is the main room. Give me just a second. I just want to make sure, because literally everybody that's pointed that out, or has been designing things, have been specifically designing... Well, they've more or less been designing what the room itself should look like, or not the room, the system itself should look like. And that is, that's going to come into play. I don't know. It's a rough one. It's a rough one. I'll put it that way. I'm not quite sure what the, yeah. Well, I want to get this, I want to get this settled first. And then once I'm happy with this, I'm going to take it and then we'll move it into that main area. I think it's easier to think about it in terms of sections, and if the first section is just the pathway, it's probably just a good place to start. You know what I mean? So we're just starting with the pathway and then gonna move to the main room itself. Alright, so now at the end of this, what I kind of want to do is I want to kind of have an exit area for people that are not flying around. We also need to put something here that things aren't gonna spawn on. Oops. Oopsie. Because that's going to make getting out of here a little bit more difficult, but it shouldn't be that bad. Shouldn't be that bad at all. Why do we do half slabs? You think modern would be better? For the main room? I don't, because having it modern... So the blocks that support modern are not supported in half slabs. We'll put it that way. I mean, you could have a different style floor, but the more natural it feels, the more you're going to be able to keep it spawn proof. Which is going to be even more important the longer we go on with this. So, yeah. What if I just did something like, dude, I totally want to use those, but I know I can't, because they're probably super expensive. Please say we get blacks. Do we get Blackstone in, from Piglin Trading? Because if we do, I want this. Like, I think this looks sweet. We could even go gold if we wanted to. What happens if we go gold? I'm just curious. Oops. Yeah. No, I understand. I just think it's like really wait, where's your point? Yeah, I mean, we have enough gold farms. We could totally do this. And if we incorporate some sort of gold into the inside, this might actually look pretty good. Yeah, I'm not so sure about these pressure plates. I want to keep this spawn proof, but I'm just not too sure what I'm going to do with the tops of these. Because most of these are just cartoon colors that I don't like. Let's try stone. Stone pressure plates should be fine. Keeps with the gray. A lot less colorful, but, you know, what can you do? Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices to make it look nice, to keep it consistent, you know what I mean? Well, see, the problem is designing it with wool. Wool only comes in full blocks, and things can spawn on it. That's what I'm saying. Modern has a problem of things being able to spawn. I mean, you could carpet everything, so it's not impossible. But that's just kind of where it is. Yeah, buttons work. To be fair, a lot of the time I don't think that wool lends itself very well to modern. Not as much as like concrete or like terracotta does. And neither of those come in half slabs either, so I mean, you know, there's that. Dude, this looks so sweet. I am digging this wholeheartedly. Like, you're gonna fly by this thing, and it's just gonna be I love it. Alright, so what I want to do is, now that we're to this point, yeah. I mean, you can always use a texture pack to make anything look good. It's just, I'd rather have it so that, in general, people just have access to a good-looking design. If that makes sense. Thank you. Okay, so what I want to do is, here, we're going to expand it upwards a little bit, just so that we can, I don't know. We've got to come up with an exit strategy for this, and meanwhile support this. So if we end up, let's see, we could use stone brick because that's cheap. We could use maybe like black terracotta is still kind of brown, so I'm not a huge fan of that. We could use like black concrete. Black concrete's readily available. We could use I don't know if I want to keep it in the grays, in all honesty. Why don't we use... Let's see what this polished black stone looks like. And if we like that. Because that might be exactly where this is going to be. Where this is going to be sitting. Because what we're going to need to do... Let's just have it 3? Sure. 3 seems fine. Whoops. I kind of like that. I definitely want this to be meteor though, so maybe we have it kind of come out a little bit. We should probably make it even, huh? That would make sense. There we go. This way... we're going to actually support whatever's going on inside the flying tunnels. However, I need to remember that we have to keep it spawn proof, which is a problem. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Never mind. I'm just dumb. I am just dumb. Don't worry about me having a stroke. So if we end up getting the half slabs here too, half slab and half slab, we don't want that, we want the polished stuff. Polished blackstone stairs, polished, sweet. Because we definitely don't want things just walking in. That would be bad. That'd be bad. But I don't think we can... The thing is I don't think we can stop things from walking in. And that could be a problem. So we could use the stairs anytime we're actually going upward. And then we can use... And then we'll just use the regular polished slabs in the middle. Just like that. And that gives it kind of a good solid foundation. So, just like that. And again, I'm just going to copy that over here, because no point in not copying it straight on over. But the thing is, the way we're setting this up, we're actually using very little of the sparse resources. And that's the good thing. So if we continue on this path, what we could do is we could use something different. I don't want to, again, I don't want to use too much blackstone. What happens if I end up building it up like this? Because actually, we can end that right about there. That should work. Yeah, that should be fine. But if we end up building it up, just like this, it might actually just be, it might just look like it's being hooked on and just kind of being hung there. And that could look really cool. So let's just give this a try. I think I'm going to need to make it a little taller, which is fine. Oh yeah, that's going to look amazing. We're just gonna double this up. Just like that. And then we're also gonna need the walls again. Because of course we do, because I'm dumb and keep doing things weird. And then just every other block like that. And then every other block like that. And we're just going to fit these in along the side. Just like that. Followed by... Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Perfect. Oh, we could use one of my favorite new blocks. Where is it? Yes, please. Oh, I want this in my life. Alright, so we can literally just take these and then chain them up to the top because we have an unlimited amount of iron. Oh, that looks sweet. Maybe we remove this little pinnacle part. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. I'm actually tempted. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna remove these, and we're going to keep these just normal stone brick, I think, because we have a ton of stone on the server. No need for us to use up all of the nice black stone, and I want that to be used more by players than I do a community project. We'll leave the flooring in because I think the flooring looks hot. Like, I love it as part of the floor, but now we have this, and we can probably just connect these up via these. And that should be all she wrote. Because we can just come in here and just place, stairs down. What kind of stairs? I'm not sure. We can go with pretty much any type that we want. Andesite or, I mean, there's a few different kinds here. Why don't we just do stone stairs? Just see how that looks. Oh yeah, that would help, huh? Kind of need stone slabs too. Oopsie poopsie. Just again, we're just going to try and keep things from spawning, but I don't think we're going to have that much of a problem with it. All things considered. And should be ready to go after this. So if we come over here and just throw a roof on this, how is this gonna look? Actually, with all that open space, it kind of looks weird. I love it. I love it because it looks weird. Is that bad? Am I being a bad designer? Because like things that like make no sense, I love. But this could be a prime area, just to have these little sections that literally make no sense. I kind of want to redo this in a little bit. Let's just throw this across and see if I like that. It doesn't look too bad. It's not fantastic, but it doesn't look too bad. Let's see what we can do with throw an actual, like... Wow, I have my fingers in the wrong place. Let's just add another little bit here. And then we can add these throughout. Just like that. That looks way better. That definitely looks way better. I am not opposed to that at all. Alright, and then all we're gonna do is half slab that up, half slab those. Oop, corners were already half slabbed because I'm dumb and forgot. And all we gotta do is throw these in, just like that. And then we have a little hub. So we have the division hubs that we can use to look like it's supporting it. And then we have the spine itself, and all we gotta do is make the floor inside, which I'm tempted just to throw stone slabs down because we have about 1 billion stone slabs on the server. And it's not like it doesn't just complement the darker colors as it is, since we kind of want this whole thing looking like a safe zone. And then we'll keep the middle open for something. I don't know what we're going to keep it open for, but I definitely think it's going to be beneficial to kind of vary it up in the center. Again, I'd love to use a new color block or one of the new blocks, but I just don't think there's enough in there. I think it's biome dependent on whether or not those new blocks look good. And I really don't feel like it would be a good idea to vary it like that. We can half slab with, I mean, quartz and stuff would be cool. Diorite would look fine, I guess. Let's just use regular smooth stone, whatever smooth stone is. There you go. That way our path looks like it has a little bit more, of a center spine to it too. So we're just flying through this. We can dive down, we can fly out. We've got things hanging from the ceiling. I didn't actually put these through like I should have because these are going to be here. Oh yeah, this is looking good. Alright, so we get inside, and what are we going to do with this floor? First of all, we gotta remove most of this. I should really count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. I figure you might want to have a square for this hub itself, so probably would not be a bad idea. Maybe not a complete square, but you know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. Because there's no way to make this fit this unless we make this bigger, which we could totally do. Why aren't we doing that? Why are we settling? I don't know why we settled. There we go. That's better. So now we have the portal itself to where spawn is. And so this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, that should be good. I'm not quite sure what all is going to have to fit within the, within that design itself. I'm tempted to keep it the same, like, kind of spoopy ghosty stuff. You know, like the Nether should be. That's going to be a good goal to have, I think, is to keep that, to keep the feel of the new Nether coming within the Nether Hub itself. I just kind of guessed where to stop there. That was actually kind of a pleasant surprise. Okay, so we get here, and are we going to have anything strange going on? Because what would be cool is kind of having that I kind of want to keep this as a theme. So what if I did something like I did in my what's it called? My arena, the arena that I built. What if we did something like that in here? In fact, let's see what we can do with bone blocks. I think that'd be actually super interesting if we could get something to work with this. Right? So let's see. Do we want them all to reach the center? I'm thinking no. I'm thinking we might want them to reach out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Sure. Let's try 6 blocks. Right? So if we were 6 blocks that way... Oh, that's going to be a mess. That is going to be an absolute train wreck. Five, 3, what is this? Oh, thanks for the host, man. What is this that I'm building right now? Okay, okay, I could see this. I could totally see this being a thing. Hold on, let's see if we can, like... Give this a little bit more emphasis. I know I wanted it to stretch out to here, but I don't know if that's necessarily the best idea. I am kind of digging the bone blocks though. That is actually kind of a really, really cool idea. Especially if we keep it up with, let's see, what can we do to, like, vary this a little bit, right? The problem is, the problem I have is is that they're so white, like, they're so bright in terms of, like, what they look like. So maybe we put them in the floor? What if we did something? You know what I should do? Hold on. Let's remove this because I do think that this is like a little bit too bright for what we're looking at doing. And instead, we're gonna subvert everybody's expectations with this. Right? So instead of using the bone blocks as a structural device, what I want to do is I want to implant it in the floor and then use mainly a glass floor so that you can see the face down texture of the block. Because if we have them face down, what we can do is we can actually use a layer of glass to make them look darker. For example, using like black stained glass. That might actually be worth it. It is actually one of those things that makes bone blocks really difficult to work with, but I've got a feeling that if we cover these up, let's actually just start with some because I don't want to go too far ahead. And then so there's light stain. So let's see. There's gray and then there's black stained. So let's see what we can do with these. And if there's one that we like more than the other. See, that looks too light to me still. Even the sound is actually really good. Even the black stain looks like it's not dark enough. The light gray? Another option is to accentuate. I don't know if I'm a fan of this floor pattern. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the floor. As much as using Optifine on the glass would look sick. Oh, I bet it would. I'm just not a huge fan of the circles. Because if it's all the... Like, I just felt like it was just too much of the same. And there are other things that we could be using. For example, we could be using magma blocks. So let's get rid of the bone. Let's see what we can do with magma blocks, maybe. My problem... I always have a problem with making flooring. Because I'm never quite sure what... try incorporate blue. I actually don't want to incorporate color too much, in all honesty. That's going to be like an ongoing theme in this, is trying to keep it as neutrally colored as possible. Now we do know where the Nether portal is. We do know what the what biome it's in, but I don't want it to. I want whatever we build to be able to be incorporated into all biomes, and keeping it the gray was. You know, the monochrome gray, I think is the best choice. Which is why bone blocks seemed like they would be really, really good, up until they weren't. For obvious reasons. And then the question is, do I... Oh, don't get me wrong, I love colors. The thing is I just wanted it to be universal. And you have a problem with it being universal if it's if there are particular colors involved. For example, like, you could totally do the light blue, and I think the light blue would be fantastic if you went with Soul Sand Valley. I think it would be amazing. However, if you take the light blue into one of the more red areas, then it gets a little iffy. Green works because it complements blue and is a complete contrast to red, where I'm not quite sure what the colors are going to do when they're actually in the Nether, but I can imagine they're going to be pretty cool. What about sandstone or blackstone? Blackstone I love. The only thing I didn't want to do with blackstone was use it as the main building block, because if it was the main building block, we obviously have a limited access to blackstone. It's not a renewable resource. So I wanted to keep it in terms of things that we can easily obtain as a server. And but yeah, no, I have no problem with the blackstone. I love the blackstone. Sandstone is hard, mainly because I think it's just not very pleasing in terms of the color palette. Where you might want white, like there's very few reasons to go for like the sand look. So I have no problem with that at all. It's just the piglin snout blackstone. I mean, it does look pretty good. That is not questionable at all. It does look very good. I just want to make sure that when I build, or whatever I build, we have complete and total access to in a lot of quantity. What if we did this and then used like the cobblestone wall here to like try and like beef it up a little bit? It looks alright. Not fantastic, but I mean, I really don't want to do that. That seems like someone's gonna die. I feel like someone coming in is just gonna like just smack their head straight into that, and that'd be really, really bad. What about lighting? So lighting itself, as long as it's half slabbed, I don't think we have to care about lighting. If we wanted to, we could totally light up these inner areas just by placing down like some lamps or something. Really, this main tunnel shouldn't it doesn't need to be lit, and it probably shouldn't be lit. I think it's just gonna look nicer, it being dark and kind of broody and like have that feeling. But however, if we come over here, what we could do is we could get some soul lanterns with our chain right here, and can just take these straight from the ceiling, just like that. You know what actually seems like it'd be a really, really cool idea? Is randomizing these heights. So maybe we'll have like one up here, one up there, one over there. Just kind of like that. And that way we'll have light, but it'll be very few and far in between. And only at access points that aren't the flying access points. That's probably for the best. Let's see what we can do here. You know what I want to do? Why not? Why not try this out? We could actually, like, do some pretty cool stuff with this, in all honesty. Alright, that can look really sweet. In fact, we could even put, like, cobblestone on top. Oh. Yes, please. Okay, I'm liking this now. God, this block is sweet. And then we can actually use string, if I can find string. Actually, we could use soul torches on top of these. Oh, that'd look even cooler. Yes, please. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate it, man. Have a good night. Ah, totally. This is what I wanted. Just like that. And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna half slab things and then call it a day, at least for now. Anybody who's still watching, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that this is I hope this was as fun for you as it was for me. Actually, you know what I could do? I could just half slab with... What happens if I half slab with these? I'm actually curious. Hold on, I think I've... Is what we were looking for all the time cobblestone? Was that the magic we needed? Is this the hero we deserve? Actually, I think this might be just what the doctor ordered. Oh yeah, that's actually perfect. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If there's anything else I could do, please let me know. I'm just going to finish this up off camera. But thank you guys so much, and until next time, guys, take it easy.